Lions fans, let's have a conversation because I don't know how else to bring it to you, man. The Detroit Lions won today, a game that they should have won, right? On paper, we should have won that game. We moved to 9-3. We remain third in the NFC picture because the San Francisco 49ers won today. They moved to 9-3. The Philadelphia Eagles are 10-2 and still are in the first seed. So you wonder why I make how the Lions can make the first seed is because anything is possible. And right now, the Lions are pretty much a game back, along with the San Francisco 49ers, for the first seed. And if the Lions win next week against the Chicago Bears, the Philadelphia Eagles lose against the Dallas Cowboys, and even with the win by the San Francisco 49ers, we'll have a three-way tie essentially for the number one seed. You got tiebreakers and all that stuff. So we probably won't have the number one seed, but we are in the running for it. So with 4 games left at this point, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But what is this? Why are we having this conversation? Now, I just got to say one thing. In my videos and in my comment section, in my live streams, I don't block you or mute you if you disagree with me. I mute you or block you if you're being disrespectful. That's what I do. If you want the smoke, I got the smoke machine. That's just how that is, right? That's how I am. Okay, so I'm not apologizing. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm not doing all of that stuff. If I come across as disrespectful, trust me, I will have to tame myself. When after the trade deadline, I felt miserable about the way I responded, and I apologize for that. You get caught up in the moment, and you get told over and over that you don't know what you're talking about, that this team is fine. Do you think that a team that was spotted 21 points and was able to score 3, basically let a team come back and almost win a game, do you think that that is the sign of a team that's okay? I think that's a team that has potential, but also has a lot of work to do. And apparently in the Lions community, you can't say anything critical about the team. Okay? I'm not taking anything away from the win, but I'm going to be brutally honest here. The Lions lose this game, they would have been frauds in my opinion. And what team do you know is spotted? It scores 21 points in the first 6 minutes and 45 seconds and winds up losing the game, right? Are we ready to call the Philadelphia Eagles frauds because they got mollywopped by the Buffalo Bills? Are we ready to crown the San Francisco 49ers? Are we ready to crown the Niners, the best team in NFL, even though they have a worse record? So for me, I want to see more, and I'm always going to hold people accountable the same way you guys hold me accountable in the comment section, right? And the last thing I'll say is this, is announcing your departure from the channel is totally, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Like I said, I get why you do it, but you don't have to do it. You remind me of Steve Urkel. I don't have to sit here and take this. I'm going home. What you might see you might see me being a little haughty, and that's not what it is. I'm just tired, y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired of getting criticized. I'm tired of being told I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm tired of calling a spade and y'all see diamonds, all right? And with that being said, flowers to the land before time, Bruce Irvin himself came in and was a game changer. He was a playmaker today. He's still 36. He's a bargain basement person, but hey, something is better than nothing. But let's get into the topic of this video. Had to rant a little bit. Aaron Glenn. Right? Y'all said in my video, my live stream, that I'm not holding the offense accountable. Of course I am. You obviously don't watch enough videos, because in my live stream, I 100% held the offense accountable. Something is working. The Lions tend to get away from it. If the run is working, we're going to start passing. If the pass is working, we're going to start running. If we're passing and running, we're going to fake punt it, right? You know, Dan Campbell wanted to go for it on 4th down today, but he was smart. He was smart, and he kicked the field goal. And that wind up being a big part of this game. Aaron Glenn. So the offense is accountable, but what you cannot deny is that the last 4 games for the Detroit Lions, they've given up 38, 26, 29, and 28 for a whopping grand total of 129 points in the last 4 games. You do not win if your defense can't, or does our defense do enough? Does it even do just enough, right? The Lions are currently ranked 24th in the National Football League in points per game, and they allow 23.8 points per game. Teams that allow more than them: the Washington Commanders at 30, the Carolina Panthers at 26.5, 30.4, Carolina Panthers at 26, I can bring it in, 26.5, Arizona Cardinals, 25.5, Denver Broncos, 25.5, Indianapolis Colts, 24.7, 24.7 for the Chicago Bears, the New York Giants at 24.3, and the Seattle Seahawks at 24.2. Now, the offense has to be flawless to win games. They have to be flawless. The defense, my question to you is, does the defense do enough or does it not? In my opinion, the offense has to carry the team. If the offense falters, we lose. You can see what happened against the Chicago Bears. Against the Green Bay Packers. Today, turnover-free football. Defense didn't really stop anybody. We played turnover-free. And when everything was said and done, this was a one-possession game. That one possession went to the offense. When that fumble turned into points, if I'm not mistaken, that was the game. Again, something the offense did. The defense recovered the fumble, but they didn't cause the fumble, right? So when it comes down to it, I am a realist. I love me some Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid. I even spike it a little bit, but I'm always tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. And as a great man, well, not a great man because he wanted to be a criminal, but as we heard before,
you can't handle the truth.
And I feel like that is a lot of Lions fans, you can't handle the truth. If you get a chance, I want you to listen to today's post-game show. And I want you listen to me all the time, so you can fast forward. Maybe I'll put a timestamp in to when the phone calls start. But listen to the people and hear what they have to say. A lot of them echo my sentiment about the defense and where it is. Is it time for the Detroit Lions to move on from Aaron Glenn? So I pose this question to you. I want you to put in the comment section, who's the majority of the blame? We've already talked about the offense and the responsibility that they have. But as far as I'm concerned, they are who wins us games. It's not the defense. I'm not saying they're not key pieces on the defense or they're not phenomenal players. Brian Branch almost had a mirror play that was the one to Kansas City. Only difference was he couldn't score. He didn't score. That was the only difference. It was the same exact looking play, one hand snag, almost took it to the crib. So I'm not saying the defense doesn't have the key pieces. They're missing a lot of pieces, right? But overall, so I want you to answer this question. Who gets the majority of the blame in your opinion? Is it A, Aaron Glenn for the lack of adjustments? Do you think it is Brad Holmes? B, for not putting the right pieces on the team? Or do you think it's C, equal amounts of both? Equal amounts of both. I'm going to say, I got to go with Brad Holmes. I'm going to pick, not to say that Aaron Glenn doesn't adjust, but you can only work with what you have. And when you have a 36-year-old guy that was sitting on the couch come in and be essentially the dog on the defensive line, what does that say about your defensive line up to that point? So let me know in the comments below. Is it A, Aaron Glenn and his scheme, B, Brad Holmes and the lack of addressing needs, or is it C, equal amounts of both? So it can only be C if it's equal. You have to choose one. So it can't be 40-50 Glenn. It has to be 1, 2, or 3. Look, I'll make the rules. If you want to make the rules, you can start your own channel. And I'll just say this, I'll be clapping back in the comment section. I seem to gravitate toward negative comments. It's just something inside of me. And whenever I respond, it's never arrogance. It is confidence. And it is any one of you guys can start a YouTube channel. Any one of you guys. If you want help, I will help you. All right? But as long as I run my YouTube channel, I'm going to run it the way I want to. And you can feel free to start your own, right? But I value every single one of y'all. I really do. And I'm trying to get better, not focusing on the negative. But I don't know, man. It's like part of my DNA where it's like lasers, man. I just and I try to respond to everybody, but the negative comments, they the ones that really I'd be like, you want to go? You want to go? That's just, But hey, we grow and we get better and more mature over time, and that's the goal. I'll be 50 years old, but I feel like one of them feisty 50-year-olds. Like I've been like, you want something? You want something? But anyway, I'm getting all off subject. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. But that's one thing about Derek, man. You're going to get all of me. I'm never going to give you anybody more or anybody less. When I say it's a shtick, I mean, I have to entertain. That's what I do. But 95% of that is who I am. And if you went to the watch parties, that's exactly who I am. But I'm also a super duper nice guy until I'm not. So anyway, let me know in the comments below. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. Go Chiefs. And as always, go Lions.